If you have 13 minutes out of your day to sit down and actually listen to this video, I'd greatly appreciate it. First of all, I guess this is going to be kind of a trigger warning. You're probably not going to believe in everything that I tell you right now, and you're not going to agree with me, which is okay. That's what America's about. You're allowed to have separate opinions. If you really, 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 really want to, you can bring it up with me, or I'll sit and debate with you until I turn blue in the face, and I'm sure you will too if you really feel that strongly about it. What's up, guys? It's me, Bullseye. Actually, today I decided that we're going to talk about a lot of the stuff going on. It's really hard to avoid it on social media and stuff like that. You know, to me, some people will support quietly, and that's okay in most instances, but this is the starting of the fire. And the way I look at it is, if your best friend's getting jumped and you don't want him to get jumped, you would at least say something or jump in, right? Most likely you would jump in and save him, but you'd at least say something. You wouldn't just stand there and say nothing. So if you support this movement, if you support the fair treatment of African American people, then you'd at least say something instead of watching the people that you claim to support get jumped over and over again. First of all, everyone wants to address the violence that's going on. I saw a video today. I saw some fake news about how the rioters killed a shop owner, and it was this black dude that was kicking on some white guy, and at first I got really sad. I was very upset because I don't think that's the way. And I started doing some digging, and it turns out that the guy wasn't a shop owner. The guy was chasing around those black kids with a machete before that. So it wasn't a shop owner, was chasing them around with a machete, and was still alive. He was taken to the hospital. Obviously, if you think somebody's dead, like, you're gonna take him to the hospital. He's alive. He's fine. He sat up after the video ended, but they knocked him out cold. And that's what fake news will do. You know what I mean? And that's why it's so hard to even grasp what's really going on right now, because I was upset with us at first, and you know what? It was almost taken too far. The kid slammed the skateboard on the guy's head, thought he was dead. He's not dead. But that was the same kid that was getting chased around by a machete. So, I mean, what are you going to do if someone chases you around by a machete? Another thing is, people are saying, why do y'all keep saying justice for George Floyd when the guy was arrested? First of all, it should have taken 11 minutes to arrest that guy. It's a 10-minute video of him sitting on George Floyd's neck saying, "I can't breathe," and shouting "mama." Now, another report came back that said he actually had a heart attack, heart failure, and it wasn't actually strangulation that caused him to die. But the amount of stress, elevated stress, that comes from somebody sitting on your neck and you can't breathe is easily enough to set off if you have prior heart problems. The man killed him. I don't care how. He murdered him. And there's a video also of prior George Floyd being beaten in the car before anyone showed up. People were saying, why are you still so upset when the cop got arrested? Well, because that was damage control. If this wasn't a big deal, okay, if nobody had finally taken something that happened and sparked this up and made it a huge problem, the man wouldn't have been arrested. 2, he was arrested too late. If a black man knelt on a cop's neck until he died, would there be even a formal investigation? Maybe after he was detained, but they wouldn't have been like, "Hey bro, we're finna investigate. We saw a video of you killing a cop, but we're gonna give you a couple days. We're gonna get this sorted out. And then if people make it a big deal, then we're gonna arrest you." And what about the friend? I haven't done too much research into it. What about the other cop? What about the partner that was just sitting there watching the crowd, listening to the crowd say you're gonna kill him, and watching the cop beat the crap out of him and then kneel on his neck for 10 minutes? What about that guy? Isn't he accomplice to murder? And so now people are saying, you know, burning your towns down to the ground isn't gonna help you, and for sure it's not. And people are quoting Martin Luther King, you know, against us. They're using quotes from the King against the protesters, which is funny because there's never king quotes brought up to protect protesters or to defend why we're angry. You know, burning our cities to the ground isn't going to help. Neither is walking down the street with signs, because it hasn't. You know why so many white people suggest that we just walk down the streets peacefully with signs again? Is because that's a lot easier to damage control. For people who know me, I'm always a violence last kind of guy. I wouldn't go downtown and just bust stuff up. But if that's what you have to do to represent us, then thank God for you. I don't want anyone to die, because this is what this is all about, is not killing anymore. I don't want altercations, but if you've got to get somebody's attention, right? I'm not scared of a coach who lets me walk all over him. But if a coach makes me up down the rest of practice, or a coach makes me run every once in a while, or a coach puts me in my place, then I respect him and I listen to him. You're a friend as long as you can be a friend, but every once in a while somebody needs to get checked. You're not scared of the girl's boyfriend who can't beat you up. You might respect him because you're a good human being, but when it comes down to it, if you're not a good human being and you murder black people, you're not a good human being, then what are you going to be scared of? If you don't respect, then you must fear. You guys are saying find another way, but you're not giving any other ways. Let's roll some footage of peaceful protests when we got hosed down in the streets. And let's roll the peaceful protests when white people were standing at the Capitol with guns, but black people got tear gassed for marching. I read some comments the other day. I was talking about hopefully these idiots can respect our city, not break stuff down. Well, hopefully these idiots can stop shooting us. And you know what? It's funny because we didn't even get shot this time. They're getting even more creative. Because as long as you don't shoot them, it's okay, right? A life's a life. Doesn't matter. If he did write that faulty check, he didn't deserve to die. And the worst part is that he didn't even write it. I used to have arguments in my history class with my peers that would last the whole class period about whether or not I need to be scared when I get pulled over by a cop, because not all cops are racist. No dip. I'm aware. I know. And not all black people are thugs, but some are. And some cops are racist. And I tell you what, George Floyd did not expect to die for writing a good check. So am I the bad guy for being scared whenever I interact with a cop? No, dude, just act normal. Okay, well, I'm not going to be shaking, trying to be too suspicious. I'm not stupid. I know what I have to do. The worst part is when white people or any other race don't even try to pretend to understand. They're like, no, I'm with you, but they don't listen. Cops can be scared rolling up to your window because they don't know if you're going to be a thug. They don't know if I'm going to be a thug. They don't know if they're going to get shot, but neither do I. And they signed up for that. I didn't sign up to get shot. No cop has ever went out and joined the force and been like, dang, this is kind of dangerous. I wasn't expecting this. And if they did, then you don't want them protecting you. I did not sign up for a job where danger was around every corner and I was supposed to protect people. And I wouldn't sign up to be a cop because there's way too many unknown variables. You don't know what's going to happen to you at any given moment. But they did. Thank God for them. Some of them. Because some of them just can't handle it. And some of them just don't want to handle it. And some of them see their power slipping away. And it's like, I've got to kill this guy to keep people in check. But that's not going to work anymore. I think the people that are speaking out all around the world is inspirational. And it's awesome because it's like, usually people are passive. And it's so easy to just say Black Lives Matter. But when you get out into the streets and you fight with us, it means a whole lot more. I'm angry. I'm angry at some of my friends who I thought were friends. I've unadded and blocked so many people, and I'll never do that over a political or religious standpoint. because I feel like you do you. I'm not going to force my opinion on you, and if you have to block me after this, then so be it, because that'll show me who you really are. Like, I don't need that. This is a very much a draw the line moment. This is good or evil. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, yellow, green. You should be upset by this, because this is a problem. It's not a black problem. This is a problem. Some people don't think that Mexicans should be able to get as offended by it, or me being mixed and whitewashed, I shouldn't be able to be offended by it. This is a human problem. They hate when we stand together and demand change. They think we've been given equal spots in school and in the jobs. We can all drive and use the same restrooms, so that's good enough. No, it's a lot better than it was. People are like, what's the end goal this time? Martin Luther King, he had a dream. Our dream is to not get killed anymore. What's the goal this time? They had something legally, a step that they could take. What's the end goal? What are we working for? Working for you to wake up and stand with us. Eventually, we will be heard, and we will not be ignored. And eventually, a change will come. You can't just change a racist. No, but you can get him charged the second that he does something. From this moment on, not another innocent black life will be taken in vain. And for my friends who don't understand, I want you to think as if it was me. What would I ever do to a cop to deserve to be murdered? What if they thought I wrote a bag check? George Floyd was a human being. Trayvon Martin was a human being. Dr. King, Malcolm X, Emmett Till. People just don't understand why we're so angry. It's been a long time coming. In most instances, in opinions, if you're not with me, then it doesn't matter. But if you're not with us, then you're against us. That's how it is. There is no in-between when it comes to murder. If you can't see the end goal, I even talked to my mom about it the other day. I said, where do we go from here? What are we trying to accomplish? That's a scary thing, to know that you're oppressed, you're shot, you're knelt on, you're beaten, and there might just be nothing you can do about it. And if y'all feel so strongly that there's another way, tell me what it is. That's not gonna get us tear gassed or shot on with rubber bullets in the same way. It's all the same to y'all. It's not an oops, it was a murder. And they bring up All Lives Matter as a protest to our protest, because all lives only matter when black lives do. And it takes away from this theme of Black Lives. All Lives Matter, guys, was created to make it look like Black Lives Matter is racist, because we're saying only Black Lives Matter. No, all lives matter. Obviously, we believe that. But black lives, they deserve more attention at our current climate, considering that they're the ones dying the most. If all lives matter, then why do you still kill us? That's just my 2 cents. Not a very funny video. Try to keep this kind of content off of it as much as possible, but if you have a platform, doesn't matter if you're at 200 million or 400 or 1. Your voice needs to be heard. That's just how we feel.